Welcome to my video. I'll trust you'll find it helpful and informative. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.
Okay, so let's have a look at it. So we are talking about the cost of debt, okay? Because you'll remember when we had a look at this earlier slide, I think it was this one, where we talked about a thing called the fixed capital acquisition budget. Okay, so this slide goes to that fixed capital acquisition budget. So this guy needs 100,000 rand to start the business, and now he's trying to calculate how much will it actually cost him. Okay, so he borrows it at 15% interest, compounded monthly, and he has 5 years to pay. Now there's a formula. You don't need to know the formula. Okay, but if you ever want to know how much you must pay back on a monthly budget, what you will do is you will go onto a loan calculator of a bank and you will not use the formula. But if you don't have access to a bank's loan calculator or an Excel template, there's plenty of them as well, then this is the formula that they actually use to compile the template. And it says that the monthly payment is equal to the amount borrowed multiply by whatever is now in this fraction, the interest rate multiply by 1 plus the interest rate to the period, and under the line 1 plus the interest rate to the period, the same thing but minus 1. Okay, so that's the formula. As I say, you don't have to remember it, but it's handy to use it. And then P is the amount borrowed, R is the interest rate, and N is simply the total number of payments. Okay. And now these two are late. Now, Cara, let me just repeat what I've just said.
Then they won't listen to me ever.
Okay. So these two slides are not important. That's what you missed. So you didn't miss a thing. It's not important, but it is handy. Okay. So we now know that the annual rate is 15% because it was given. We can write that as a decimal. Always write before you do the calculation, you turn the percentage into a decimal. I think you've kind of figured that out by now, because you can't add a decimal and a percentage because it's going to get a weird thing. Okay, but we need the monthly rate, not the annual rate, so we have to divide it by 12. Okay, because we're looking at monthly repayments. Then we just replace the figures, and that's then our monthly repayment. It simply is 2,378 rand and 99 cents, or really 2,379. Okay, so you will be able to pay the loan back over a much shorter period if you pay more than what is required at the beginning of the loan term. Why? Let me explain to you why. Because here you now have your loan amortization schedule, but it's a sampled one. If you had the real loan amortization schedule, it would have month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to month 60. But now this is a slide, so I cannot in the slide go and include 60 rows. So the only thing that I did is I actually did the loan amortization schedule in Excel, then copied everything, saved the values only, and then I turn it into a slide when I delete in some lines. That's what I did. Okay. So, but here what's happening when you make a loan. At the beginning of the loan term, most of the money repaid goes to interest, but at the end of the period, a bigger portion of capital is paid off. Okay. So here is how it now works at certain intervals. So in month 1, now remember what we did in the previous slide, we calculated the repayment. So now that we know the repayment, we can just put it into the loan amortization schedule. So that payment stays exactly the same. Okay, but this is what happens. In month 1, most of what you are paying is interest, and less than half is capital. At the end of the period, you are paying almost no interest, and almost everything goes off as capital. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you found it valuable, Please subscribe and like. Thank you.